Yeah, so this is a direct message to your boy DOMO, Domo. I'm speaking only to my audience, Domo. Everybody else, go somewhere else, unsubscribe. Okay. Now, let me share my screen. Gotta share my screen, as the Georgians say. All righty, here we go. He taught me something I was highly unaware of. He's my double master teacher. Oh, I might get sued. My bad. He's my triple master teacher. All right. So he taught me that white people don't have any converging interests. I might have been using the terms wrong right there. So I need to, you know, my bad. But you know what I'm talking about. So this guy, this Indian guy came in my group today, 29 minutes ago, and had me realize what the converging interest is. Okay, he said the white people who support reparation in this group. Should the migrants who came in the USA after slavery ended need to pay as well? So I said, Eureka, that my dear, is the right question. I forget his exact quote from that movie I Robot. But the smart lady damn told him what to do, but he ignored it. Y'all make this harder than it needs to be. The institution responsible for racist policies, for example, slavery, black codes, convict leasing, debt peonage, Jim Crow, exclusion from federal. I mean, what's the name? Delano. What was that? FRD's New Deal. What? FDR. She meant to put uh, Delano Roosevelt, Fitzgerald, whatever the fuck his name is, some cracker. New Deal. FHA, GI Bill, Social Security Welfare, Fed Highway Act, mass incarceration, predatory lending, etc. I mean, it's just too many. It's just a whole list of things after that. That institution is responsible for restitution and reparations, right? So, in other words, the government must provide. What the fuck? The government must provide. In other words, the government must provide remedy for human rights violations. It's a major crime. A crime, well, it's not. It's deemed a crime against humanity, which is retroactive. So when a crime is deemed a crime against humanity, it goes back until the beginning of the crime. You understand? And all of that is becomes a crime. So there's no statute of limitations on a crime against humanity going forward. So if it were to start today, most crimes, if it was to happen today, then it would have a statute of limitations, which I know murder is the only exception, where uh, the statute of there's no statute of limitations for murder. So that's 99% of crimes. They start the statute of limitation begins during the committal of the crime. However, a crime against humanity is retroactive, meaning going back in the past, and then all of that is paid for. Now he ignored it and said, uh, and from where government will provide. He doesn't know where he's going to get the money from. It's not none of his business. Is it not taking it from all of us? So that's what he was really. That's his main question. He wants to know, won't the taxpayers have to pay? And he said, will they take from black people as well? And people who personally never owned slaves should pay, and people who were never slaves should receive it. Okay, I will patiently wait for your answer. And I told him, I said, Eureka. He asked the right question at the top, but those questions are kind of irrelevant because he was just basically just venting and ranting. So now the converging interest is the businesses the businesses that white people own. They own 99% of the businesses in America. 99%. So when they pay us reparations, some of those monies will go back into those 99% businesses until we establish and compete on their level and even the playing field and develop all of our own businesses. But of course, every last sleep person is going to give all their money back to the white businesses and the Arab businesses in our neighborhoods and the Asian businesses, the hair shops, and and you know the beauty worlds and the foot rub places and the those places, the nail shops and stuff like that, and the Indian shops. So now, if you take a look at here, I answered them perfectly. Immigrants have chosen to assume the debt of the United States by moving here. Your taxes will not change. They won't. Nobody's going to allow them to raise taxes to pay for this. That's a moot point. Uh, so he asked that question up here. He said, "Won't everybody have to pay for it?" Well, you're already paying taxes, so it's going to come from the institutions like the lady told him, and he completely ignored. So that's why I just wanted to back her up and add some more information to it. Immigrants have chosen to assume the debt of the United States by moving here. Your taxes will not change. The United States will recoup their debt from the institutions and descendants of slavers and other countries involved in the trade. They may even be able to get the full amount of debt, which is $80 quadrillion, from the New World Bank, headed by Taversio Villamor Marcos Tadrian the Fourth. Okay. And then Imran says some of those monies will be funneled into the businesses Arabs have set up in our communities nationwide already. You're positioned well, and Indians and Asians. So, as I said, 99% of the businesses are owned by white people. 1% is owned by uh, the the quote unquote minorities of America, which I mean, they probably, well, they probably are minorities, but it's neither here nor there. And so that's the answer for converging interests.